Welcome to the Soccer O.G. I am Max. Thanks for joining me. This is where I give you my 25 years of covering the sport, making you a smarter football fan. Please subscribe to my little service here as I could be able to produce much more video for your viewing pleasure. Today I'm going to talk about the most important position on the field, defensive midfield. Yes, and defensive midfielder doesn't really give the position justice because it's evolved in such a way. Number 6 in most cultures, number 5 in parts of Latin America. While the numbers change, the responsibilities do not. And I'll give you my top 5 defensive midfielders, low line. We can call them whatever you want, but you know what I'm talking about. Through the history of this sport, the players that are in discussion for best ever live in the attacking third. Whether it's Pele, Diego Maradona, maybe Zinedine Zidane, or the more contemporary, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. They're going to win the awards. They're going to get the credit. But what happens behind them really shows where the responsibility lies. Without a good defensive all-around midfielder, you are dead in the water as a club. It is a position where they see everything, and you have more responsibility than any other position. You're supposed to tackle, you're supposed to win ball, you're supposed to be there and support. That was the old traditional number 6/5. But now it's evolved where you're part of the transition. You are the conduit to getting a team into the attack. Some great names on this list. Maybe not Maradona, Pele, or Messi, but ones I think you will all appreciate. Some who did not make the list. Frank Rijkaard, fantastic player, great look, but he did spit on Rudi Völler. So he didn't make my list. We don't have any spitters here. Didier Deschamps, who is now a great coach, because many players who play this position, as you will see, translate well to the coaching ranks because they see everything. Didier Deschamps, for that 1998 French team that was headed by Zidane, was so key behind his number 10. What about Javier Mascherano, 2014 World Cup? This was not Messi's Argentina. They came this close to winning the World Cup. This was Mascherano's. He did all the heavy lifting. Everyone chipped in. Most of Argentina's games in 2014 were won by 1-0 scorelines. It was very economical when it came to goals. These are all wonderful guys I would wish I could put on my list, but there's not enough room. So I will provide you with my top 5. Now keep in mind, this is a position now that I told you how it's evolved, where you're now sophisticated, where you are a creative force. You're no longer the destroyer that we've seen in years past. Oh, Fernando Redondo. You talk about the most underappreciated player ever and a guy that other players adore. When I talk to players, they go, Fernando Redondo's my favorite. Elegance in that position. But he didn't make my top 5. By the way, France, the Netherlands, and Argentina are really good at producing positions. But here we go. Top 5. Edgar Davids. Speaking of the Dutch, great look, those glasses. He was the pit bull. If you got close to him and you showed him a little too much ball, he would take it away from you. Edgar Davids, a lot of people view him as their favorite player of all time. He comes in at number 5. Number 4, Roy Keane. How could he not make my list? Didn't look the part, but tough as nails. Even in his punditry days, would not give an inch. And he was the straw that stirred the drink for Manchester United. Also dabbled as a manager in his day. Number 3, Dunga. Brazil, 1994, also a guy who translated well as a coach. Dunga, when you had a team of guys who wanted to do some flair, Bebeto and Romario, so much energetic, beautiful game, jogo bonito. You needed somebody in the back to be a little more practical, and that was Dunga, cleaning up the mess so that the guys in front of him could have all the fun. They need it. Without Dunga, there is no World Cup winning 94 Brazil team. At number 2, Lothar Matthäus. And I think this is where people might get upset. He is the number 1. Lothar Matthäus, he could play that defensive midfield role. He could score goals for you. He could play as a center back if you needed him. Beautiful with his feet. Sideline to sideline guy, and what a long career he had. He should have been number 1. But now I number 1, and I'll stick to it. And a guy says one of the 15 best players of all time. Diego Simeone, now a great manager in his own right. Diego Simeone was able to take his midfield prowess and be a legend, obviously, at Atletico Madrid, not as just a manager. As a player, he won a championship there where it was unheard of. Nobody other than Barcelona and Real Madrid win. And Atletico Madrid, with Diego Simeone, did it. Then he moved to Lazio and did the same thing in Italy. His commitment for his national team also ranks him high. If he got an opportunity to represent Argentina, he would be there. He would stir it up. He'd get people upset. So there you have it. I have my passions for Simeone. He makes the top of my list. A reminder, subscribe. We'll do this all again next time on the Soccer O.G.